April is SA Awareness Month. And because of that, and because of some of the content that I have come across from men who want to blame women and girls for what they were wearing at the time they were assaulted, instead of blaming the predators who assaulted them. Even though I know this is a triggering subject for me, and trigger warning, it may also be a triggering subject for you if you are a survivor. So I'm going to give you time to scroll away if you need to, because I understand that this is a heavy subject. So I'm going to give y'all a few minutes. If you need to scroll away, please do so now, because I'm going to go deep with this one. I am a survivor of several assaults in my lifetime. And I have not even gone into the detail of this before, but I'm doing so now, not only for myself, but I feel that for anyone who is ready to take that step in their journey of healing, this will also help you. I was 9 months old the first time I was SA'd. I have a very, very distant, sketchy memory of it. Like, I don't remember the details of the assault, but I do remember smells. And that's why to this day I cannot stand the smell of beer, because my attacker had beer on his breath. To this very day, I am triggered by the smell of cigar smoke, because that was heavy in the air. I was wearing a onesie. The second time, I was 5 years old. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And it was at the hands of someone that I loved and trusted. And that incident was the reason why I grew up just having a general mistrust in men, period. Because I always had that fear that any man, if that man, someone that I knew and trusted, could hurt me, then any man could do the same thing. I was 5. The third time, I was 15. And I specifically remember I was wearing a pink sweatshirt, jeans, and pink high-top sneakers. Those were like my signature sneakers when I was in high school. I don't remember all the details of that attack either, except I remember the boys. I only remember one of their names, and that's because he was in one of my classes. But I remember their faces. I remember that 2 of them played football. I don't remember how I got away from them, but I do remember exactly what I was wearing. And the last time, I was an adult. I was in my 20s, and this was a guy that I was dating. And again, I had on a t-shirt and jeans. There was a time back in the 90s where there was an argument going back and forth over whether a woman could be SA'd while wearing jeans. I am living proof that yes, that can happen, and it does, because it happened to me. And again, this was a man that I trusted. I was dating him at the time. I even met his family. His family wondered why all of a sudden I just dropped out of the picture, because I ghosted him after I managed to, after the date. I acted like everything was everything. I went home, immediately took a shower, and cried my eyes out. I was living with my grandma at the time. And she knew without me saying a word that something had happened to me. And she just hugged me and cried with me because she felt helpless, knowing that something had happened to me, and especially knowing what had happened to me as a child. And she understood without a word being said between us the damage that this man that I trusted had done to me. It took me so long to be able to trust any guy enough to be alone with him because of what had happened in my childhood. What he took from me that day, it was beyond just the attack. It scarred me for life. It affected every relationship I had since, including the relationship I had with my husband. There were intimate times with my husband that he had to hold me and tell me, it's okay, you're safe, I'm not going to hurt you. What this does to a victim, it's not just the physical harm it does to you in the attack. It is a trauma that you live with for the rest of your life. This is what the men who will sit up and say, well, it's your fault because you shouldn't have been wearing that. It doesn't matter what we're wearing. The fault is on the predator. It is not on the prey. And I speak up now to take my voice back, to take my power back, and to help other victims do so, because we're not going to live a life as victims. We are survivors. And I want to do everything that I can to help anyone who has been victimized walk into the light, take your power back, and become a survivor. When I make posts about this is not just for clicks and likes. This is therapy, not only for myself, but for anybody who is ready to take this journey. And I understand that it is difficult, and that is why at the top I gave the trigger warning, because I know everybody's not ready to take that step, and I understand that. But this is something that needs to be said and needs to be shared far and wide.